From Russia to the West, from landlocked European countries to the Horn of Africa, from the Gulf region to island nations in Asia, India's pro-peace, pro-people policy is garnering praise and is proving to be productive and successful under the current geopolitical circumstances. India has remained committed to placing the needs of its citizens above any type of allegiance to a specific nation or group, even in the face of mounting global pressure to choose sides. India's purchase of Russian oil at competitive rates in the past few weeks, especially after global crude oil prices soared in the backdrop of disrupted supply chains, is a clear example of how India prioritizes its people's needs above all else. Energy prices in India have remained relatively steady, despite the global economic crisis, because of such actions. India has continued to stress its stance of peace and dialogue to end hostilities that have divided the world. In fact, India has not only maintained its relationships with both the West and Russia, but these relationships have been consistently improving as well. Recent statements from both the United States and Russia are clear evidence of India's strong and secure relationships with the two countries.
The partnership between our countries, between India and the United States, is simply one of the most consequential in the world. It's vital to addressing virtually every global challenge that our people face, whether it's health security, climate change, food security, upholding a free and open international order, to name just a few. Over the past years, we have made real progress in elevating that partnership bilaterally.
It has been underpinned by a very close ally relationship over many decades. We've never had any difficult issues. We've always supported each other. And that is happening right now, and I'm sure this will be the case in the future as well.
While India has grown to be one of the major forces in world diplomacy and commerce, it has never sought to use its power to gain an unfair advantage. India has been cautious to follow local laws and avoid abusing its position, even in the smallest of the countries where it has invested. Apart from defending its sovereignty, India has never used any form of force to achieve its objectives and goals. India's centuries-old principle of ahimsa, or non-violence, continues to guide its foreign policy even today. Smaller countries recently hailed India for its unwavering assistance even during their most trying times. Some have even said that it has been India's continuous support that has helped their people to survive during the COVID crisis. At the United Nations, Mexico proposed to create a panel to broker peace between Russia and the Ukraine, and suggested that Prime Minister Modi be included on the panel.
We are close friends. We are strategic partners. We are not allies. So when he talks of independence of foreign policy, that is very true. Independence also means that when even a close friend does something which we are not comfortable with, we gently and politely and respectfully point it out.
Observers have noted that Prime Minister Modi's proposed inclusion was primarily motivated by India's long-standing approach of people before power and dialogue and diplomacy. India's primary objective is on improving its economy and standard of living of its own people, who comprise 1/6 of the global population. Trade agreements and health and climate issues have dominated nearly all of India's discussions with other countries and groupings. And as India prepares to tackle the G20 presidency later this year, observers predict that these topics will continue to be at the forefront of India's agenda. India's consistent diplomatic position has also motivated other countries to toe New Delhi's line and adopt similar approaches. Respect for India around the world continues to grow as India maintains its policy of friendship to all, malice to none, and support for humanity. News.